I don't know who I am anymore. Because a week ago, I wouldn't have given an incandescent inkling about the streetlights in New York. But now I'm wandering around trying to see how many different eras of street lamps I can find. Apparently, there are at least 40 different types around the city, some dating back to the 1800s. And I blame the works by Kate Asher for making me aware of this because this is like next level nerdiness. But the history of municipal lighting in the city is kind of fascinating, so I guess thank you to Kate Asher for putting me onto this. So initially in 1697, the city's common council, today's city council, orders every house to put a light in their window at night so people passing by could see. They then changed that to every seventh house, but that was the law of the land for about 60 years or so, until the city decides to use taxes to put whale oil lamps and watchmen out in the streets at night. New York City doesn't get gas lighting until the 1820s, and there are only a few of those types of lampposts left, one on Patchen Place in the Village and some in City Hall Park. The city gets its first electric streetlights in 1880, and by the 1890s, early 1900s, they get a little confidence and they start showing off in terms of design. You start to see styles like the Bishop's Crook and the Mast Arm. At its height, the city had 76 different variations of street lamp styles, but as you get towards the mid-century, the style starts toning down. The lights get simpler, you lose the ornaments. Then, in 1958, the city hires industrial designer Donald Deskey to come up with a modern streetlight design. Mind you, this is the guy who created the Tide detergent and Jif peanut butter logos. He came up with the Crest toothpaste tube, and he designed the interior of Radio City Music Hall. So he's a design legend. And he gives the city the Cobra head. I have distinct memories of these being around when I was a kid in the early 2000s, but the city stopped installing these in the 1980s. That's also when these ornamental reproductions start to grace the city again. But I guess by 2004, they were over it, and they wanted something more modern and cheaper to produce. So the city had a streetlight design contest, and the winning design was a broken wishbone with dental floss wings. Whenever I see it, I'm reminded of how grateful I am that New York City doesn't have uniform streetlights. Not only because I'd hate to see this design everywhere, but because the variety keeps things interesting. And speaking of keeping things interesting, you can use the Landmarks Preservation Commission's list of landmarked street lamps to go on your own lamp hunt, if that's what lights your fire.